As we wrap this year up, I'm going to give you my top Irish whiskeys that I tried in 2023. Welcome to 4 Leaf Whiskey. I've got my wee glass, I've got my wee Guinness, and I'm going to get into the top Irish whiskeys that I tried in 2023. Now, when I put this list together, I thought about some of the bottles that I have that you have to be members of clubs, some that just aren't available. I left the doors wide open for this list. So this list is the top 5 picks that I had in 2023. So there was one rule that I made for this list, and that was I purposefully did not include any cologne. You guys know me by now. I am a massive cologne fan. This list would have 5 bottles of cologne on it. They're number 1 in my heart. They're got a couple in the US, a lot you can get in Ireland. So I left them off the list by intention. Number 5 on the list is Powers John's Lane Cask Strength. This bottle came out in the fall. I of course jumped on it. This is everything you love about Powers John's Lane, but just kicked up a notch. The ABV is 57.8%. This one is more of that pot still spice. This is more of the vanilla that you get from the ex-bourbon casks. This is viscous. This is oily. This is everything that you love about traditional single pot still whiskey. And it retailed, I don't think I paid €100 for it. So it is a great addition to the Powers lineup. Next on the list is WDL Connell 5-year single malt finished in Amontillado casks. Now this one was a real surprise to me. When I bought it, this is a 50% ABV whiskey. For those of you who aren't familiar with WDL Connell are whiskey bonders. So they pick your casks from other distilleries and do some really great finishes on them. Docky O'Connell has just an amazing knack for picking really great casks. This one is from Great Northern Distillery. It was re-racked in April of 2022, and it has an Amontillado sherry finish. Now, the surprise on this is when I bought it, I did not know it was peated. This does have some peat smoke to it. It doesn't have a lot. It isn't, to the level of Bill Phil. At least it doesn't taste that way to me. But it just adds so much richness and depth to this whiskey. This has become kind of our go-to for smoking cigars. I always get those Danish butter cookies with Amontillado finish, and I get that on this, and then that peat smoke just adds a nice depth to this. The finish is long on this one. Really great buy, still available in Ireland, and I'm so glad I picked this one up. Number 3 on the list is from Two Stacks. This is Pump Up the Jam Raspberry Brandy Finish Irish Whiskey. So this is the standard Two Stacks Blenders Cut Cask Strength Irish Whiskey that has been finished in raspberry brandy casks. This is 63% ABV. This was a special bottling that was released in Ireland. And this one, they did a collaboration with Irish artist Frankie Bannon and did these really cool dipped painted bottles. So I think they released 100 and some bottles that were the painted that were dipped. I was fortunate enough to get one. But let's talk about the whiskey in the glass. I am a big fan. I don't think anybody does brandy finishes as well as Two Stacks does. This one is no exception. This one is so desserty. It does have the 2% peated element. It just adds a nice depth of flavor. You get it more on the nose than the palate. The thing that I love about this reminds me, especially this time of year with Christmas cookies, those little shortbread cookies with the little jam in the middle. That is what this is, drinking it. And the raspberry part of the finish goes on and on and on. I had a sip of this a few moments ago. I'm still tasting raspberry. It is one of the best finished whiskeys I've ever had. And that's saying something from Two Stacks. I love so many of their brandy cask finishes. They do such an amazing job at it. This one, unfortunately, this bottle is no longer available, but on their website and in Ireland, they still have cans of this raspberry brandy cask finish available. They actually canned some of it in the little normal Two Stacks dram in a cans. I don't think those are coming to the US, but If you're in a state that can get delivery, check out their website. If you've got a family or going to be over there in Ireland, a family friend that's going to be over in Ireland, look for those cans. It is absolutely worth picking up. This is one of the best bottles I had all year. Number 2 on the list is the Liberator Reek Series Devil's Ladder Edition. This is from Wayward Irish Spirits. This was a bottle done for the Friends of Irish Whiskey Facebook group. This is a blended whiskey made from grain and malt whiskey from Great Northern Distillery, made from double distilled malt whiskey from Cooley Distillery. This is a ruby port finish. This is a tawny port finish. This one is bottled at 58.13% ABV. Nobody does a port finish Irish whiskey like the Liberator does. Their port finishes are just amazing. The tawny port was their inaugural release. That one is available in the US. That one is available in Ireland. This one is not available. It was a one-time bottling done for the Friends of Irish Whiskey Facebook group. It's just in-your-face port on the nose, in-your-face port on the palate, and it's a really, really great bottle. Number 1. My top pick for Irish whiskey of 2023. This one was going to be hard to top. This is just a phenomenal, phenomenal whiskey. There's a reason why this has won as many awards as it has. This is Bushmills Causeway Collection 2012 Burgundy Cask Finish. Now this whiskey was distilled in 2012, then it was re-racked in 2018 and spent 4 years in a Burgundy wine cask. This was a special release for the Whiskey Club Australia. And much love to Chris Tats, Lilith Morgan, love you guys for helping me get a bottle of this whiskey. This is just everything that is great about Bushmills casks. Look at the color on this bottle. This is a natural color. It is so dark. Beautiful, beautiful dark color on this. This one was bottled at 51.8% ABV. Most of the Bushmills Causeway collection bottles are bottled at cask strength. There are a couple exceptions, but most of them are bottled at cask strength. This whiskey is just, it's got so much going on. It's red berries, it's dark cherries, it's vanilla. It's got so much maltiness. There's a little bit of spice. The finish is so long on this that it just goes and goes and goes. The mouthfeel on this, it's so rich. It's got so many layers of flavors. Alex Thomas really knocked it out of the park with this bottle. You know, if you're traveling, if you find yourself, you know, in Ireland, Germany, UK, in Canada, if you come across these Bushmills Causeway collection bottles, highly recommend picking one up. I've got several of them. They've all been really, really great. They really showcase what Bushmills can do and what Bushmills has to offer. This one was just an amazing, amazing pour. And I also love that it just represents my whiskey friends. I have met so many great people through WhiskeyTube, and I thank you all for coming along with me in 2023, enjoying some Irish whiskey. I look forward to all the Irish whiskey we're going to share in 2024. Let me know in the comments what your top Irish whiskey was for 2023. Sláinte and Happy New Year.